Welcome to Canvas Projects, a virtual program offering from the Pflugerville Public Library. I'm Meg Miller, an Adult Services Librarian, here with another fun project geared to ages 12 and up for you to complete. Those who register through the library calendar can pick up their material supply kits, and for everyone else watching, we hope you give these techniques a try. This month's project is a White Crayon Resist. Let's start with a look at the supplies being provided. So this month we have a large canvas, so we have a large envelope. Inside you should have just 4 items. We have the 11 by 14 canvas panel, so it makes it a little bit easier for us to work directly onto with the crayon and the watercolor. You have a large round watercolor brush for this because we're going to be looking to cover a little bit more area. And then you have your watercolor card. Now this month is I tried to give you all the colors, so we got a rainbow, and then you have one other little dot, although on your cards that dot is over here. That dot over here, again with our Arteza liquid watercolors tubes, we have that one is noir, so that's a black. And then you have your vermilion red, your orange yellow, your yellow pale, your viridian green, your Prussian blue, and your lilac. So we tried to give you all the colors. That way, if you want to blend, make other colors, you can do that. In addition to what's in the kit, there is one key thing that you will need to complete this project, and that is some water to reconstitute your paint card. You may want some paper towels around to help clean off between your brush and the next. And then, oh yes, another key for the White Crayon Resist is a white crayon. Now, because the crayon is waxed, you could really do this resist with kind of any color, but we're doing that white on white to get that kind of look to your ultimate project where those lines just seem to pop right out from underneath the canvas. So it's almost like a fade out. As you can see with this one, I kind of just went kind of crazy with the colors, adding where I wanted, came back with some paint towards the end where I was really just kind of trying to highlight those areas. I could definitely have been a little bit stronger with my crayon lines to really get that areas where the paint doesn't go. Also, it is toughest part of this project is the fact that the white crayon on the white canvas is hard to see once you've laid down the crayon until you kind of reveal it. So almost a secret painting, as it were. But if you're trying to add pieces, it might be a little hard to tell. So one recommendation may be to start working in a particular area. So you decide what the design you want to do is. Maybe you want to do a floral, so you're going to have a landscape. You're going to have just some grass on the bottom, really kind of pulling that down. Maybe add a few other little pieces. Something like this, I'm not too worried about where it will be. Then adding a flower. But as you can see, or not see as it were, you really can't tell where that is until we were to, just going to get my brush wet here. And let's see. I'm going to go from the lilac. Familiar viewers will know purple is one, if not my favorite color. And then I'm just going to kind of try and find that flower. There they are. Pick up more of that paint and just come across here. So I'm not, without knowing exactly where that edge of the wax is, I am going to have to go farther around my flower than the actual place where it's drawn. Which is why I kind of love the idea of the bookshelf, because it was just rectangles. So I knew I would be kind of right there with that. Clean that brush off, dry it up a little bit. Let's bring some red into the middle of that. Just a little bit of water. Just going to drop kind of down in there in the center. Let that kind of spread, as it were. Can bring more to the edges of my flower here. Just kind of spread around. If you happen to have multiple people in your family who are doing this, maybe that's the way to try that secret painting. Someone first starts with the drawing on of the wax crayon, and the next person gets to bring that paint in and try and discover what was painted underneath. I think I've got a little bit too much water in this green. It's a very light color, and with that lightness I'm not really seeing the crayon pop out quite as much. You can see it there. It's in there. And I could just kind of come back across with a darker part of the pigment now that I've given it some. There we go. Now I'm finding that. Beautiful. I love the look of the watercolor. It feels so light, especially here we are in the middle of summer. We hope that you've been keeping track of your hours on Beanstack and tracking those, whatever team color you are, so that we can make sure by the end of July, when we have Pay It Forward, that we've got all those hours counted up and we know what team it is that has read the most hours and what color we get to decorate Pay It Forward in. And if you're one of our adults, make sure that you're also completing the Beanstack Adult Reading Challenge, because we've got a great prize set aside for that. All right, let's do this blue. I love this blue. So you may have seen I gave myself that like little bit of a book look where I've got just a rectangle of paint of the crayon down. A little bit more water here. There we go. So it is just resisting all the way across. Look at that. Popping up in there. That is so cool how this works. That wax protecting the canvas underneath from allowing the paint to attach to it. And we can just come through and highlight that out. Oh. Again, just bringing more water to kind of spread that, lighten that paint as it moves through. And in this way, I mean, my two pieces are not really cohesive at this point, but I could slowly build as I go into my design and then come back and kind of touch up. Like I could have given this particular piece of the flower a little less. And now that I've gotten this and I've kind of given myself a bit of a flower shape to the outside, come back again with that crayon and just add another layer of the wax around, right around it, so that then maybe I come with, let's see, a little bit more of that purple. Bring it around. We're just going to see more of that edge. Oh! Alright, I think this one is going to be a little bit shorter of a video so that I can send you guys all out there to add your wax resist, white crayon resist canvas designs to your giant 11 by 15 canvas panel. As always, thank you for watching. We'd love to see what you have completed, and we look forward to next time. Happy summer!